Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review, and this one is going to be massively interesting because I have not got a clue what it is going to be like. There's part of it that I'm expecting because I've had some of their beers that are this sort of style, but as for that, I haven't got a clue. So we're off to America with this one, and we're back to Hudson Valley Brewery again, who are out of Beacon, New York, East Coast. This is a beer that I picked up from Beer Merchants, by the way. They were doing good discounts on them, so I happened to pick some of these up. I just thought, chance to get American beers. I can't remember how much it was. I don't think it was one of the most expensive ones. I got two of the most expensive ones that were about £6 each. They were a double IPA, and I've drunk one of them. They should have been about 10, 11 quid, I think. I've drunk one of them already, but I haven't reviewed it. That's going to be coming up quite late on. Probably the last American one that I'm going to be reviewing. So I'm guessing this was probably, this coming at about £5, I'm thinking. Probably should have been about £8, £9 maybe. And like I say, Hudson Valley Brewery out in New York, Beacon. And this is a can of their Bloom, right? So I'm going to just give you a little twirl of the label. Very nice indeed. It's a 473ml can, which is an American pint, right? The ABV is 8%. And what is this beer? This is a sour double IPA with cherry, dark chocolate, and chamomile. I have no idea what chamomile tastes like. I think it's a tea, isn't it? It's a tea, isn't it, chamomile? But other than that, I ain't got a bloody clue. So there we go. We've got a big one. It's a big dipper that's a sour with lots of funny kind of flavours in it. And one that I ain't even got a clue about, apart from the fact that I think it's tea. Anyway, let's get this cracked open. It's nice and chilled. I don't have my Collective Arts pint glass free at the moment. I haven't washed it up yet because I reviewed in it yesterday and I just ain't got around to cleaning it yet. But we are going to whack it in the White Hag glass, who are out of Ireland, by the way. That's my sort of generic sort of IPA, double IPA glass that I like to use. I haven't got a clue what this is going to look like, so let's get it poured out. I suppose I should have known, really. I've got to be looking that it's just going to be a sour sort of thing, so I suppose really, in a sense, the colour isn't really confusing me too much. Get it all in there. Get it all in there. Well, what is it looking like? Well, it's looking a lot darker on the screen. It's oh dear. Yeah, on the screen it does look a lot darker. It's kind of cherry chocolate looking colour. It's got that sort of cherryness, but it's got that brownness in the colour, as you can probably see there. If I just swing that round, you may well be able to see it. But yeah, hazy, cherry looking, chocolatey looking, with a finger of almost like a little pinky head. Got a little pinky head on there. So is there anything I can see on the back? No, they don't tend to tell you much on these cans, to be honest, on the Hudson Valley Brewery ones. So you're just going to have to look it up, and I am just going to go with it, as you do. So let's dive in, have a sniff. Sour, double IPA. If I'm honest, just sour. That typical sort of sour tart aroma that you get from all sours, or certainly their ones. There is, I suppose, the aromas are very subtle, but you do get them. There is that little cherry sort of thing going on. And there is like a chocolate powder feel in there. Cocoa powder maybe, something like that. And there's also something else, which is something that I can't put my finger on. Now, whether that's the cherry and the chocolate mixing or the chamomile, I don't know. but it definitely smells interesting. I've got a feeling it is going to be one sour little son of a so-and-so. So let's dive in. Hudson Valley Brewery and their Bloom Sour Double IPA, cherry and dark chocolate and chamomile. Let's dive in. Give it a go, won't it? Cheers. Ooh, there's a funny flavour in there. That's got to be the chamomile or something, I think. Okay. First impressions was like, yeah, I'm getting this. Then I sort of got a little bit of a funny tang, which I'm thinking is the chamomile. Ain't got a clue. That may fade a bit. But yeah, the cherry and the chocolate and the sourness all work. That side of it definitely sort of goes in there. You definitely pick them up. But we'll come to them after. Right, 8%. A good body for 8%. It's got a chewy edge to it. I'm not going to say it's really, really thick, sort of like some of these Vault City ones that they just literally just cram with loads of fucking bits like a pure orange juice. But it's got that sort of feel about it. It's got that smoothiness about it. Definitely get that tartness and that sourness. It is there, but for me, I think that cherry and the chocolate maybe gives it a slight sweetness that just takes the edge off, because I've done a few of these now. Some of them have been real sort of face crunching ones. This has a nice tartness, really. I'm not one that can sort of take sourness or tartness massively. I'm very much a scrunch me face up when I taste it. This hasn't got that. It's not really doing that to me, but it's got a nice easy going sort of sour tartness. Body's good, like I say. Really smooth. Got a sort of a sour sort of carbonation feel to it. You know, quite busy, but because it's got the weight to it, it's not really harming the mouthfeel. Nice and smooth, like I say. Sour, cherry, tart. A little chocolate feel comes in. And that's about it, really. Do you really get that double IPA feel? Well, I'm not sure I'm picking up the chamomile thing now. Whether that funny taste in there was just my palate adjusting, or whether it was chamomile or not, I'm not sure. But I don't feel like I'm picking that up now. Pardon me. A little bit gassy. Yeah, you definitely get that cherry and that little chocolate thing just behind it. I think you do get an inkling of the fact that it is an IPA at the start. What I've noticed with theirs, they do a lot of sour IPAs, or certainly the ones that I've had, and they tend to be, the sourness, it tends to be more sour. It seems to be more full-on sour, if you like, and that sort of overtakes the IPA side. But I do think I'm feeling it in this one. Yeah, I think in this one actually probably feeling it as much, if not more, than any of the others that I've had. Not that sort of hop thing, but there's that IPA feel that you pick up on. The sourness certainly hides the sort of hop side of it, if you like. That sort of hop flavour, which I suppose that's probably what it's going to do. I don't know. It's really drinkable, actually. And that cherry chocolate thing is definitely there. The chamomile thing, like I say, Don't really think I'm picking up on that. There was something a little bit different at first. I think that was just the palate adjusting. 8%. I can feel it a bit. It's got to be said, you know, a sour double IPA at 8% is going to be, you know, along with the alcohol sort of side of it and that sourness, is quite sort of intense. You do feel that, I think, as you drink it. But it is also very drinkable. That's decent, to be fair. I think that's really decent. I didn't have a clue what to expect from it, but I do like it. I'm not really sure about the chamomile thing. I don't really know anything about sort of tea and beers, so I wouldn't know how to sort of pick it out or anything. So I'd probably need a little bit of trading or something on that, or what sort of feel it gives. But even getting down this, I'm going to go in again because I'm determined to try and find something that might be. Or I know they do tea. Chamomile's probably a herb or something, isn't it? Or flower or something, you know. I don't know, is there a lingering sort of thing on the background? I'm not really sure. I'd be lying if I said, yes, it's there. I don't know. I really don't know. But what I definitely get that IPA feel. I definitely get sour and tartness. I definitely get the cherry, and I definitely get the dark chocolate. Yeah, the style is very Marmite, if you like, but I've got to say, that's really good. That's really good. And if anything, if nothing else, the sour beers that I've had from this brewery have actually warmed me more to that style and given me lots of wins. So there you go. There's my thoughts on this beer. Hudson Valley Brewery, Bloom, Sour Double IPA, Cherry Dark Chocolate and Chamomile. Gets a thumbs up from me. If you like this sort of style of beer, definitely give it a go. I think that's really good. I like it. If you've tried it, let me know. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. I'm back to 10, I think it is, away from the 3,000. I've dropped down again and I've come up again. But yeah, be great to get to that 3,000 very soon. Nice to be by the end of the week. So, if you're thinking about subbing, sub. It won't cost you nothing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.